yo, he was walking out on
crazy
yo,
guy.
like he
So his wife is literally smoking hot in a bikini laying right beside him on a private boat. And the only thing on this man's mind is, was that a dolphin?
Yeah.
Does she look like Megan Fox? Yes or no?
No. Megan Leno. Carrie Underwood. I said, get the fuck out of here.
Yo, man, you're 30 years old. Can you not pull out? We fuck regularly. And guess what? even when I'm drunk as shit, guess what happens? I pull right on out. Because guess what I don't want to do? He had like ice cream on top of crab legs.
Yeah.
He was just like...
Hey, yo, what it is and what's good, y'all? Welcome back to 280 Plus, the social media podcast where I take the conversations off the timeline and go beyond the tweets. I'm your host, Los Def, and if you're brand new to the platform, man, I need you to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. If you got something to say, leave a comment, share it, share the content, man. People love getting the gift of a shared, like, especially when it's like good content, and it's gonna be some good content, man. So I'm here, man, in studio today. Yeah, I mean, with my homeboy. Yeah, I mean, I'm back, man. I'm back like I never left. Yeah, I mean,
what's up, man?
Yeah, I mean, yo, and y'all seen his face before because this is my co-host on another podcast that we have together. Right. But bro, just reintroduce yourself to the audience.
What's up, guys? You know what it is? It's Levi Sparks McCurdy. Here we are, the What Are We Doing podcast. Check it out. It's another episode of 280 Plus. You know what I mean? And I can't wait. It's been a little long overdue.
Yeah,
we got Los in the studio. I mean, there's not much more that I could ask for.
Yo, when did I record that last studio episode? Was that 2 years ago now?
I think it was. I think we skipped 2023.
Yeah.
We did a Zoom appearance. Yeah. And then, it was 2022.
Yeah, because I was thinking, because I remember the Packers were playing the 49ers and we had just lost. And I was like, I didn't even know how to hold it together that episode, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I was thinking, I was like, damn, it wasn't last year because we didn't make the playoffs the year before. So all right. So damn, 2 years.
2 years since you've been here. Yeah.
And I mean, my man got a new setup. You know, he's always upgrading, man. He's always doing this thing. I mean, since he's switched up the setup, I mean, he's had other people here. Yep. You know what I mean? Yep. So I'm a little offended. I mean, like,
you weren't the first one.
Yeah.
No, I had to get 2 to 3 people in here first to work out the kinks, the bugs, the angles, and make sure everything was perfect for when you rolled through. Okay. We can't give you a subpar 280 plus episode. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, it's one of these days, just for the bit. You know what I mean? We'll do like a Zoom in the car with just start with our phone. Yeah.
Relax. We are not doing Zooms in the car, and it's funny because I love the episode that you did with Felix. I felt the love, man, because y'all was talking about just a lot of stuff that me and you talk about, and we talk about content creation. But obviously that's doing the Zooms. It is tough, man, with other people because they don't respect the craft. I guess
it's one of those things, man. And I said it with Felix that it's just it doesn't click. Like there's something there that doesn't click, and in their mind, it's like, oh, I'll use my phone, I'll use my AirPods, and it's like that costs $600. So why shouldn't it be good quality? And it's just like, and then boom, the call starts, and they're in the car, and then you're like, is that not just like? Does that drain you a certain percentage? Like, does that take away? Because that's got to take away some of the hype and the energy from the pod. Because it's like, when you and I are on Zoom, there's a certain level of energy. And when we're in person, it amplifies a little bit. And whatever it is. And it's just like, okay, you're in the car. All right. Okay.
Yep.
Well, at least you're not driving. Have you had someone driving yet? Not drive.
No. I had someone driven around. Yeah, I mean, he was driving. Yeah, he was in the passenger seat.
Okay.
And so so it was crazy, man. But no, the only thing I think about is I think about Wi-Fi. Like it just dropped. I think about the technical difficulties. I think about the Wi-Fi dropping out because you're moving. So you're not even on Wi-Fi. You're on the network. And how great is that? You know what I mean, probably not too great.
No.
So I am thinking about like all the problems. Now, if it's a smooth recording, you know, I don't get too mad, but that's far and few between though. You know, so if you are on if you are on the 280 Plus podcast and I got you on Zoom, you need to sit your ass down in the house, please. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might not have a good camera and a good setup and good lighting. You know, like, you might not have certain things, but, like, just sit your ass down and we can make some things work. You know what I mean? But, like, stop moving around in the car. You have to have good Wi-Fi. We
gotta put that on your intake form. We'll just have that be a yes or no checkbox. Like, will you be in the house or in the car? Yeah. And then, you know, anyone who's...
Yeah, and if you're in the car, I'm hanging up. I'm just not even talking to you. Like, what happened, man? Like,
see, now there you go. That's where we'll get you an assistant. We need to get you. We'll get you an assistant to pre-screen all of the guests. Okay. You know, do a pre-interview.
Can we AI that? Is there AI for that? Maybe.
Yeah,
a personal assistant? I mean,
maybe. Trust me, I'm working on it. There's two. So the move for 2024 and whatever. There's a bunch of moves happening, but the newest thing now is physical hardware.
Okay.
For your AI.
Okay.
So there's two devices out now.
Like a robot.
Not a robot yet. Not a robot yet. Those are probably coming next year. Yeah, but right now there's two products that I'm toying around with potentially purchasing.
Okay.
One's called the Rabbit and one's called the Humane Pin, and they're both pretty much almost the same. They're just a little square, like half the size of your phone, little device. The Rabbit has a screen on it, and the Humane Pin doesn't.
Okay.
The Humane Pin you wear like on your shirt, like you just wear it around on you like a watch, but it's just attached to your shirt on your chest. And then the Rabbit is just a physical device that you hold. But basically they both do the same thing. They're attached to an MLN, multi-language model AI service.
Okay.
And you can ask them to do whatever. Both of their goals are for you to replace your phone, essentially.
Okay.
They both come with their own phone number. You can make calls from them. But both of the devices are logged into and hooked up with. There's a little prelim work. You got to tell it, you know, what your Spotify account is and all that shit. Yeah. But once you do, it then takes care of everything for you. And I think the other situation is it understands context.
Okay.
So it's basically just, think of it like Siri or whatever you have on your phone, Bixby or whatever that is. No one does, right. But it's basically, you just talk to it. Hey, write me tell Carlos I'm on my way for the podcast. Boom, now it's done.
Okay.
But if it needs to be something more along the lines of like AI or specifics or something that just will require you to do something. So a lot of the demos that they show is like, perfect example, ordering a pizza, right? So for you decide, okay, I'm getting a pizza tonight. Great. You got to decide, okay, we decide it's Domino's, right? So now you got to open the Domino's app. You got to click start an order. You got to click delivery. You got to click large, the deal, the toppings, the whatever, hit submit, hit send, go back, check to make sure the account, whatever that 5 to 10 minute process is. With these new AI devices, their goals are you just clicking your Rabbit button and saying, hey, it's Friday night. We want the usual from Domino's. Done.
Okay.
And then a pizza shows up 15 minutes later at your door because the device has your Domino's login. It knows what you like. It
has
can
your
just
credit
look
card
at your
in
past
there.
order. Your credit card's in there.
Okay.
And so, taking that then a step further. And,
but when somebody steals that device from you, is your life over? Like,
no, I mean, it's the same thing as your phone. There's a passcode on it or whatever. So it's so, and then taking that one step further is just then using it for the business, right? So anytime I have an idea or want to send an email or whatever it might be, I can just click a button, add a 15-minute to my meeting to the calendar with Paul tomorrow to talk about this client. Or if I get an email from one of my clients, I can say, Heather just emailed me. Let's set up a call with her tomorrow. And then because the AI pin is attached to my Gmail account and my calendar and everything else around it, it's done, and now I just need to wake up and it's there in the morning, and that's when I go to the meeting.
Yeah.
So it's something that we've been literally, Paul and I just had a conversation yesterday about like another business owner of his, friend of ours, just this year got himself an assistant, executive assistant. She spends her time between like California and the Philippines, so it's a little cheaper labor, of course, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so he said it changed his life. She handles his calendar, makes sure his bills are paid, he answers, pre-screens all of his emails, his meetings, this and that, and he literally just has to focus on what he needs to do in that moment.
Okay.
And it's something that we're trying to figure out what we can do with a physical person and AI and the devices and the services that we have now, because it's getting to the point now where it can handle those things.
Okay.
And I'm excited about it. I'm getting there.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
That's good.
So I'll certainly let you know. The Rabbit R1 is only like $200. So it's worth, a quick little investment just to even have.
Okay.
And it has a camera on it too. So like you can point it at something and be like, tell me what this is. Literally anything in the world. So at its very lowest abilities of being a device, you could literally, you can make any 90s kid's dreams come true. You can point and you could point this thing at any Pokemon and it'll tell you what Pokemon it is, and you could have your own real life in the world Pokedex.
Oh wow.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And that's just at the very, very bottom of the list of things that this thing can do. So for $200, I'm toying around with it, and I'm thinking I might make a move here soon.
Okay.
To see if it can replace your phone, do whatever, and if it's as simple as me just talking to this thing and saying, hey, check my text messages and let me know who's responding so I don't have to look at my phone every 5, 10, 15 minutes, maybe.
Yeah.
I think that'll be the next move. Obviously, then robots come next.
Okay.
I think, I'm pretty sure Elon's running the realm over there at Tesla with his Tesla bots walking around the car factory. So those are coming soon.
Yeah.
We just put Neuralink in somebody. So
that's
bro,
crazy.
Can you imagine for a second if obviously we're a few years off, I think, from it being a mass produced thing. But you know what I mean? You get a Neuralink, I don't know what it does. I think it fixes some internal issues, like maybe helps your brain. I don't know what it's for.
Okay.
I don't know what the Neuralink is for, but all I know is it's
mind control.
It's a microchip. Right. Well, right. Imagine that, right?
Yeah, somebody hacks your shit.
You don't pay your fucking bill for that month, and Elon shuts you off, and you're in the middle of a business meeting, and you just.
Yeah, exactly. Weekend at Bernie's and shit like that.
And then there's just like a projection coming out of your eye that says, "Please contact the administrator. This person has not paid their bill," or something. And now your friends have to help you, like get you back online. I don't know. It's scary.
It's scary.
It's a little scary. Letting the robots in. I immediately go back to iRobot with Will Smith. Still a great movie, even though no one else thought it was, but it's a
forgotten movie. It's definitely forgotten.
It was in his weird.
It wasn't bad though.
It was in his.
It's better
weird
than Wild Wild West.
Wild
Wild West is trash.
Really?
Yeah, that was a big run for him too. Like the song, all that. The song.
Yeah, because he was hot off Men in Black.
Exactly.
And so when Men in Black was the number one thing, the album was the number one thing. He was like, all right, let's do it again.
The Wild Wild West.
Yo, see
Cisco, that boy had a voice, man.
I grew up with that movie. It's still one of my. I like it.
Yeah,
but Wild Wild West versus iRobot. That's interesting.
It's not really a good comparison. Well, the bad guy was like turned into a robot. Remember, like
right,
yeah,
right.
So,
little buddy with the wheelchair. Yeah.
So
interesting.
Interesting. All right, man. Let's move forward though, man. So, all right, man. It's tax season. Mm-hmm. It's tax season. So, I know you are a tax evader. You know what I'm saying? No, just like
I pay them all. I don't have papers downstairs telling me that I owe $800,000 in property taxes right now. It's fine. I eventually pay all my tax bills. For anyone listening,
Yeah,
of the
okay,
morning.
okay, all right. Now I was messing around with you, but yeah, because I remember last time he was like, "Yeah, oh my God, I got audited, and then I had to do this, whatever." But so the only reason I'm talking about this is because with tax season, this is the time of year when people start to spend conspicuously, right? And I feel like one thing. People correlate tax season with Beyonce going on tour, like, because they think that like whenever it's like she gets all her fans to buy tickets around tax, like that's when she drops the tour, or whatever, right? So she's not on tour right now because she's working on this country stuff. This is part 2, whatever. So and we're not talking about Beyonce, whatever, but I'm talking about spending, right?
Yeah.
So MSCHF.
Yeah.
They up to MSCHF again, man. Yeah, I mean, whatever. And just in time for tax season, they dropped some Timberland inspired Timbs.
They're great. They're fantastic. And as soon as you sent them to me, I thought, 1, you should get them. 2,
hell no.
2, you gotta rock them. And it's perfect. It's literally when I saw them, my first thought was, oh, it's the big red Astro boots.
Yes.
For black people. It's the Timberlands. I thought you'd be excited. As soon as I saw that they were Timberland themed, I was like, oh, Los needs a pair. Let me get this man a pair of these shoes.
Yeah. So if y'all don't know,
I'm thinking first Friday. You step out first Friday. We'll go to Falloons. You'll have them on. I can get myself a pair of big boots. Bruh, tell me we wouldn't shut shit down.
No, we would not. Well, I might stomp somebody. I might stomp some shit out with all them damn souls on the bottom of them things, whatever.
Right.
But so MSCHF. If y'all not familiar with MSCHF, this is a company that has released those big red Astro Boy boots. They released some like Croc style, like a yellow boot, like it had holes in it, whatever. And I knew somebody that they said that they had got stung by a bee, like right around the time, like they wore those yellow ones, and I guess I don't know, maybe the bees thought it was like a hive or something. I don't know, like it, but now they're up to no good again, right? And they're dropping these Timberland inspired Timbs, and this is the ugliest boot I ever, and we got to put this in post. You know what I mean? But yeah, so this ugly boot, it's basically the whole outside of the boot is the rubber sole. Like, so, like a Timberland, they got the gum bottom, the gum sole. The whole boot is basically that, right? And if you look at the bottom of it, right, it looks like it's like 2 soles put together. Yeah, I mean, so it's high up, right? So you're like on a platform, but even the top looks like the bottom of the shoe. You know what I'm saying? And, lo and behold, because you're like, who's going to wear this, whatever, who's going to wear this? And they got the GOAT, you know what I mean? Timberlands is New York. Like, you think about New York, you think about Philly, and they got one of the GOATs of the culture, you know what I mean, icon, Spike Lee modeling this, whatever. So I'm thinking like, Spike, what is you doing, man? What did you, like, what are they thinking, man? Like, what are they gonna come out with next? Like, where is this? Is this like just satire? Like this stuff that they come out with?
Yeah. So I was on their site earlier this morning, and it was, some of their products are. I'll be honest with you, they have normal shoes. Some of their products are kind of, like it would make sense to buy them.
Okay.
But man, no, these the soles.
That joint is like big, bro.
They're $400.
Yes.
They're $400 shoes.
And they drop on March 19th.
Yeah, they're coming out soon. And I think, it's just it's unfortunate, but I think it's a celebrity draw, right? I mean, when the red boots came out, I think Lil Wayne was rocking them. So it's like, it's just like you see the Kardashians of the world wearing these ridiculous shoes. Oh, they're only $400. It is technically a lot of money. I don't know.
Yeah, have you ever dropped $400 on footwear?
No. I've never been a shoe guy. I've never been a sneakerhead. I never understood when we were kids. I'm sure you remember. Did you have a pair of Fat Farms when they were popping?
Fat Farm shoes?
Yeah.
No, bro. We wore maybe Fat Farm like jeans and stuff like that, but no.
Oh yeah. In the well, at least in my school. So I guess Oh, fam.
No way. No, I don't think.
Are you serious?
I think you're using the wrong brand, bro.
No. Are you fucking?
Fat
are you
Farm
fucking me?
shoes,
Dude, bro.
You're sick if you wore Fat Farm shoes.
Bro, my whole town, my whole school.
You're lying.
PHT, Fat Farm shoes, fam. I'm telling you, Fat Farm shoes.
Hell no,
bro,
I never seen these.
The sneakers with the P. Fat Farm shoes.
Or maybe see, these was like some poppy. This is like on the level of like Poppy J's.
So
like this some poppy.
So
these
popped before like Element and skate shoes did in like white suburban schools.
Really?
So we had everyone in the school had Fat Farms. Now the issue was they were like
at Northeastern.
Northeastern. No, it stopped at high school.
It had to be.
I think it stopped at high school
before you got to Votech.
Yeah, I think it did. But they were like, Fat Farms were like Crocs in the sense that like they had like 80 different variants. There was like the red ones and the white and blacks and and so the issue was because there were so many. They constantly went to like the Rosses and the Marshalls, right? The backstocks.
See, that's why,
And so when the Fat Farm craze took off in the school, obviously we're going to mom and dad like we need Fat Farms. We got to wear these shoes because all I can't believe you've never heard this.
That's like because those fringe brands when they come out with stuff, it's like if you're not like they weren't meant to make footwear, you know what I mean? So like that is like foreign to me.
And so you're saying Fat Farms was a clothing company first.
Yes.
Okay, see, that never reached the white culture. We just took the shoes.
Yeah, because you know who Fat Farm is made by? Russell Simmons.
Okay. Yes.
So and then his wife had apple bottoms.
Okay.
No, baby fat.
Baby fat. Yes. Baby fat. Yes.
Now all the girls had a baby fat jacket.
The baby fat jacket.
Yeah.
With the rhinestones. Yes.
And baby fat jeans and stuff like that. But yeah, no, we was not rocking the Fat Farm kicks, bro.
Really?
No, because back then we was wearing forces. Like we was wearing always white forces, other color forces. Of course, Jordans.
Stomping in my hair.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Maybe some shell tops, Timberlands, whatever, but no, we was not rocking
anything that Nelly mentioned in the song.
Yeah, no, we was not watching or rocking anything like Fat Farms.
So when they were,
I forgot that they do look familiar, but I'm like, no, we was not wearing those.
So the point of the story, when they were popping, right, you would have to go to like places like PacSun, the mall, whatever.
Okay.
And so this is $60, $70 pair of shoes, right? Whatever the high end price of shoes were. And so my dad wasn't paying it. So when he found the Fat Farms at Ross Dress for Less, he was like, bet, father of the year. The issue was the only ones at Ross Dress for Less at the time.
Size 13s.
They weren't size 13s. They were the baby blue and baby pink, like the baby shower colors.
Okay.
They were so my soles were blue and my pee was pink. And And it was a little embarrassing, but I still rocked them because I had the Fat Farms because it wasn't as embarrassing as the kids getting their Fat Farms from the York Fair with the upside down backwards P.
Wow.
If you had the maybe not the York Fair, but if you had the upside down backwards P, they were the knockoff Fat Farms, and everyone knew. Everyone knew instantly because your pee wasn't the right way.
Yo, this is a sick car. I did not know we were gonna be talking about.
I'm sorry. Long story short, so just because of my father and who he was, I never understood the value of shoes.
Yeah, sure.
Casey, my cousin, was a sneakerhead. He had like 50 pairs of Jordans, whatever. You know the deal.
Yeah.
Foot Locker on the drop days.
Yeah.
I was at Dick's Sporting Goods the other day, and the line was back to the door, and I was like, I'm just here for a sweatshirt. Like, I gotta wait here in this line. It was a separate line for the shoe drop. You know what I mean? Like, it's still, so I've never spent more than, I wear Crocs on a daily basis. If it's more than $50-$60, it has, like, the shoe game is never something I was into.
Okay. So MSCHF, Timberland, Timbs are not in your
Look, now they would be.
It might be
because
content.
of the podcast and content.
Okay.
And I would, if you came to me and you're like, bro, I really love these MSCHF Timberland shoes, I would do everything in my power to somehow get us a pair too. Yeah, but if you don't like them, I think that's so funny. I thought you'd be down.
Yeah, no, they are nasty, bro. And I think most of us would agree. And that's the thing. Timberland inspired Tim's is it's not like a collaboration with Timberland. Yeah, I mean, it says MSCHF on it, and it just looks like a big rubber sole, like the whole thing on like a 360-degree rubber sole.
So
man.
good.
So
it's so good.
Yeah, no, that's nasty.
I think what we should do. Why don't we do this? I'll get them. And then you and I will get the same outfit, but mine will be you'll have the real Timbs, the nice jeans, the shirt, whatever. I'll get the MSCHF Timbs.
See who does it better.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, bet.
Show out that way.
Yeah, it looks like a defective boot. Like, you know what I mean? Like it looked like it didn't, like the factory.
Someone at Timberlands fucked up and then was like, yo, we got all this shit. What are we going to do? I'm going to get fired.
Yeah.
They're like, just sell it to MSCHF.
Sell it to MSCHF. Yeah. So that is crazy. So yeah, if y'all are interested in it, I'm interested to see if anybody in the streets gets it. Because people, when the red boots look ridiculous, but people still bought them.
Right.
Them yellow boots look ridiculous, but people still bought them. So I'm wondering, I want to see who's the first casualty or the first person that
their products too are they don't just do shoes. They're so random and off the wall. Like their one thing on the shop is they're claiming it's a locked iPhone, so like you can't, like you gotta like break in to hack it if you want to actually use it. A locked iPhone with celebrities' phone numbers on it. So it was like an old Jennifer Aniston iPhone or whatever, and they're selling it for like $250,000.
Oh wow!
Like it just ridiculous. Like it's their business model's fun. I like it. Yeah, I like it. I wish. We'll talk after the pod. We'll see if we can't get $400 together, because maybe they'll go on sale. Maybe we'll wait. We'll see if they go on sale and the price drops a little bit. Because I mean, at $300.
Yeah.
For $300, hey,
it's 25% off.
Yeah, it's like two lights in the studio, whatever. Yeah, fuck it, $300, let's get them.
Yeah, all right. So that's good. So yeah, if y'all interested, man, March 19th, go on to MSCHF's website and see what they got, man, for y'all. So, all right, man, let's move forward. I like to call you my fast food correspondent.
Yeah.
So I
love it,
because you're the DoorDash king. You know what I'm saying? You eat out. I'm not saying you eat out all the time. I don't know what your daily life is.
Yeah, we've cut back. We're a eat out once to twice a week now. Like Fridays we'll do the pizza and shamoli, whatever, maybe once on the weekend. But we're trying to cook at home. It's tough because the boy has a very strict diet, and so 9 times out of 10, every day I'm in the McDonald's or Burger King drive-thru for chicken nuggets. It's just what it is. We're working on it, but it's fine. So we keep our ear to the ground. Megs and I, we're chubsters, so we just any new Cinnabon collab or whatever, you know what I mean? We're on it. So,
all right. So y'all know any new
almost
snack or food item, y'all own it, right?
It's one of my hidden talents. Yeah, we don't promote it a lot, but I'll tell you all about what's coming to Wendy's next week.
All right. So speaking of pizza, right? Do you know what's coming?
We got something new last week, and then I think we're gonna get Lil Caesars this week.
Yes. All right. So we could talk about last week. You talking about KFC?
Yeah.
All right. We could touch that because that's crazy. But so Little Caesars, man. So they don't have the best reputation for pizza. You know what I mean? Like
right.
It's cheap. Like it's you're going cheap,
it's
whatever.
$5 cardboard
pizza. They actually have like some of the deep dish is not bad. They have some ones that are better quality, but like the hot and ready is trash.
And the more intoxicated you are, the quality value just goes straight through the roof.
Yeah, it does.
You know what I mean?
It does. I mean the Italian cheese bread is good, whatever. But So they're trying to come up with a solution to make pizza portable, and I'm just thinking like pizza doesn't have to be portable. I think it's a takeout thing, and you just whatever. So because you're not buying a box of pizza and then like having it in your passenger seat and just like scarfing it down. But you might. It sounds like you have done that. The way you're before those exact words came out of your mouth, the last time that Megs went and got Little Caesars was for like lunch or like on her way to work. And at the time, the vehicle situation, she dropped off the car to me. We swapped the boy, whatever. She stopped at Little Caesars
and was halfway through the box by the time she got to me.
Yeah.
She pulled up eating the slice.
Oh. Yeah.
Just said that. And but honest, I gave her shit for it. I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
And she's like, I just got a pizza for lunch. And I'm like, and you're just eating it in the car while you're driving?
Yeah.
She's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, babe.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know this was gonna get personal.
Yeah, no, it's so again, check mark number 2. We've definitely done it. And we're not embarrassed about it. So of course, yeah.
They own it. So so they're trying to come up with a solution to make pizza portable. So they're coming out with this new Crazy Puffs.
Crazy Puffs, yeah.
Crazy Puffs, right? Yeah. And I guess they just pepperoni or cheese, you know what I mean? And then I looked and I said, oh, what? $3.99. Something like, okay, a puff is $3.99. You get 4.
You get 4. It's $1 a puff.
How big are they though?
I think
they look kind of big on the
little
thing.
bitables, like you know what I mean, like
okay.
like a 2
like a bagel bite,
2 to 3, but nah, like
bigger than
a bagel bite.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Maybe like 2 to 3 bites per puff. I'd imagine.
Okay,
I think so.
Okay, are you gonna try it? Are you gonna try it?
Yeah, we'll probably give it a shot. I think it's there. Listen, here's my only issue.
My son's gonna want it. My son's gonna, because that's the only time I buy Little Caesars is if he sees a commercial. He's like, Dad, and I'm like,
yeah,
I'm like, we don't need that. He's like, but it's good, and I'm like, all right, you know what? That's cheap. I'll buy it. I'll get it. For
I think my only issue is based on the pictures. If the cup is the crust, right? And then I'm assuming there's a layer of sauce and then cheese on top.
Yes.
The issue is how deep is that crust and how much of that crust will absorb the sauce? Am I gonna bite into it? And is a lava cake full of sauce
lava? Yeah,
is a little chunk of sauce gonna come out?
Yeah, like is it messier?
And then
than a regular piece of pizza?
And then in that sense, do I then eat the whole thing? But then again, if it is just sauce chilling there, is it gonna be hot? Is it gonna be like
are you gonna get the the burn your roof for your mouth?
And I think this is the biggest concern and complaint that we have with the new KFC item as well.
The Chizza
is
the
eatability of the product, right?
Okay.
So the Chizza from KFC, KFC. Listen, for those of you who don't know, this isn't the first time KFC's tried to do something. Do you remember the double stack or the double down?
The double down. Oh my God. I had a double down and my heart was going to explode.
Fam,
dog, yo, if you eat a double down, bro, your shit is like this.
You gotta be 17 years old.
Your arteries are like,
a waiver,
your arteries are clogging at every bite. Like, yo, and I ate a double down one time.
Yeah.
And that, oh my God, bro. Like, I was gonna die, bro.
I don't think I ever tried a double down, but I know when they came out, what was that, like 2010, maybe 2011?
Yeah, it was just 2 big ass chicken breasts.
Meg's brother was obsessed with them and would probably eat them every other day, maybe a few times a week. It was gnarly. So the pizza, right?
Yeah,
listen,
so the Chizza. Is it Chizza or Chizza? Chizza. I don't even know how to say it.
I can't read a book, let alone a menu. Listen, here's the thing. It's chicken parm.
People say it's just
chicken parm. If you're done with chicken parm. The issue is, I've heard the eatability. Like, how do you, like, you either need
Have you seen it? Have you seen somebody eat it? I've seen somebody eat it.
No, not yet.
Yes,
I haven't experienced it yet. Okay.
All right, so I seen a brother, like, and that's what he does. He buys the latest fast food thing.
Sure.
And so I was on Instagram, and he was like, all right, man. So I got the KFC Chizza, the Chizza, whatever. And so he looks at it, and he's like, yeah, it's basically chicken parm. You know what I mean, with no noodles. You know what I mean, but no, they cut it for you, so it is little triangles. So, and it's basically a chicken breast. They got some little sauce and then the cheese. And so he takes a taste. He's like, well, one, I didn't want to eat it because he's like, I know I'm gonna feel like shit. You know what I mean? Just like eating is like the guilty pleasure of it. So he eats it. He's like, okay, we knew it wasn't gonna taste bad.
Right.
he said, we knew it was gonna taste bad.
Right.
He said, it tastes good. It's chicken. If you like chicken, whatever.
Right.
He said the sauce is a little sweet. He said, the pepperoni that's on top of it, he said that gets lost in it. Uh-huh. He said it's good. He said, but you just feel like crap. eating it. But like so many people were like, oh, that's big back. That's a big back meal. That's big back. That's big back behavior right there. Like,
let me ask you this: do you feel the same way? Because it's the same with the Chizza. It's the same with the double down. You're almost having a heart attack eating this thing.
Yeah.
But when I can't ever remember a time where we go and get a 10-piece, get some sides, get some potatoes.
I don't feel that way.
You don't feel that way when you eat the family meal at KFC, right?
No.
Right. So what is it about them taking away literally all of your carb-filled sides?
Yeah.
Which should be like you're getting chicken.
This is like a keto meal.
Right,
to
so
me.
I was just about to say you're getting chicken, cheese, and sauce, which is all keto. Now the sugar in the sauce and the sugar and the carbs in the breading, whatever. But it's essentially
it's a protein pack.
Right, it's a protein pack. So why, when we add mashed potatoes, gravy, corn, coleslaw, whatever to the family pack, we don't get that feeling from KFC?
I think it lubricates the stomach lining or something like that.
The gravy from the mashed potatoes covers your artery first. And we're all used to that by now. So it's just like, gravy, fuck it.
Yeah, gravy. Gravy.
Oh, man. The pizza industry is so interesting. Everyone trying to like make a pizza. There's so many places. Megs and I have discovered that like when a restaurant, if they didn't have it before and then adds pizza to the menu, you're in trouble.
Oh, Wawa. Wawa's the latest. They sell pizza now.
Right. And I haven't tried them either.
Okay, I would say, I don't.
And it's like, what?
Not doing it.
No, right. Exactly. And it's
Subway,
like,
didn't Subway like have a pizza one time?
Subway's had pizza. Subway, when I was there, I was working there in like 2014, 2015, when the first toaster ovens came in and the toasted subs became a thing.
Oh, okay.
They were like, here's pizzas for the kids. So the Subway pizza's they've had that for a solid century now, or 10 years at least. And so, but it's just, there's a freaking restaurant right down the street that is the man's he's from like Lebanese or something, whatever. So he's got like it's a cultural menu, right?
Okay.
It's the noodles and the spices, and like, it's not something you go to on a daily basis unless you're from there, you get it.
Yeah.
But 3 months after he opens, we now still have all that, but we've got pizza, French fries, mozzarella sticks, pasta, and it's just like, It's the Crazy Puffs. Yeah, you'll probably because of your son will try them before me, but let me know how those are. I'm curious about the inside.
Yeah,
it's gonna burn.
Yeah,
but I mean, listen, Lil Caesar's, like I said, it's more of a drunk food for us, so you can't go wrong. Something tells me you're not gonna go wrong. And for $4, you're already there. You're spending like $10 for 19 pizzas anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So you might just add it on.
Yeah, little appetizer, little hors d'oeuvre.
Are you guys a Cinnabon? Are you with the Cinnabon wave?
I eat, like, if I go to Park City, I ain't gonna lie to you. This is gonna sound crazy, but I only had a Cinnabon like for the first time in like the last like 6 months.
Yeah.
Like it just never was a thing. Like I'm an Annie Ann's boy.
Up until now, it's been a commodity, and I think Central PA, right? We've had Annie Ann's all of our lives.
Yeah.
All of our lives. We didn't get that Cinnabon in Park City, and then even that's Park City. So unless you're in the area, the rest of the state's just out.
Yeah. So what about Cinnabon?
Well, we just got one in the Capital City Mall a few years back, and the boy has added they have little donut cinnamon sugar puffs. So we're literally there a few times a week getting him Cinnabon. The girls know me there. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
But
it's fine.
Right. As soon as I walk in, they're like, "Oh, you need 15 bites." I'm like, "Yeah, okay."
Oh wow, the huge Levi,
right.
You need the huge.
But
that liquid death killing you, boy.
No, but they're just partnered with everybody. Like you can get them at Taco Bell. Wendy's is coming out with whatever. They got the cereal, the flavor, this. They've just put their name on everything, and it's interesting because like each one of their collabs is something different.
Okay.
Like the Taco Bell, they have like the donut holes that I'll eat, but the Taco Bell ones have icing in the middle.
Yes.
And the ones coming out Wendy's soon, theirs are like the center of the bite or whatever. So it's like different. So it's interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. So yeah, check out the Little Caesar's Crazy Puffs. Maybe the Chizza. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna get around to the Chizza, but we'll see, man. We'll definitely see about them puffs though.
The Chizza.
I know it's crazy.
We're too old for that.
We are.
We're too old.
We're too old.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's move on, man. So, all right, let's talk about this crazy motherfucker on the internet, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like my boss, basically, your boss. Well, it's my boss because it's 280 plus. Like he's tried to ruin my platform many times.
Yeah, I thought it was. You said crazy man on the internet. So I'm thinking of like all the people we know.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of people. Yeah, that could be a lot of people. But
listen, Elon Musk,
man,
is the end all be all. He's going to save humanity. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So all right. So Elon Musk. So he's reaching headlines because although he is all about free speech, right? Mm-hmm. He done got caught up taking something down after he was talking some shit. So Elon. So here's a headline from Fortune. It says Elon Musk quietly takes down post calling McKenzie Scott a threat to civilization for giving billions away to social justice causes. Mm-hmm. It says Musk rarely backs down when voicing his opinion, but this time even he appears to have felt he crossed the line by condemning her charitable contributions. All right. So and this was the post. So this is what he says. He says super rich ex-wives who hate their former spouse should be, he said, listed among reasons that Western civilization has died. He went in. That's kind of crazy.
And so for my understanding, and for the people listening, McKenzie is Bezo's ex-wife.
Yes, that's Bezo's ex-wife. Yes.
Right. And as soon as they got divorced, she did the power move and was like, "Hey man, I don't want your settlement money. Here's $3 billion to charity."
Damn. I need some of that.
Damn.
Like I'm a charitable cause. Damn, so right. can you please please,
bro,
please.
I've seriously had conversations with people about either starting a nonprofit charity or just a church, just because it's like once you have that status, people they're like, here's some money.
Yeah.
Take all the money.
Yeah.
And and taxes, don't worry about it because you're obviously doing good in the world.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
So how do you feel about first off, how do you feel about her giving away money like that? Is it dope? Is it dangerous? Is she just clout chasing?
Well, listen, at the end of the day, you have to sit back and look at what her motives probably were. So anytime anyone like that donates that amount of money to charity, it's obviously a tax write-off, right? Okay. So now they're probably going to have a $0 tax bill for the next few years because a few $1 billion in donations, you can't write all that off in 1 year, so you can stagger it. Now you're taken care of.
Okay.
So that's one. And I mean, look, you can't ever knock someone giving money to charity unless there is evidence of you knowing or the organization. Like I'm pretty sure for every $1 that you give to the Red Cross, like 70 cents goes to like the CEO and like another 10 cents goes to whatever. And only about 10 to 20 cents of your dollar actually gets put towards the cause.
Damn, yeah.
Or on the flip side of that, did you know this, that when when organizations like, I don't know, just fuck, this is on my brain, like Burger King.
Okay.
And like you go to the speaker and they're like, would you like to donate $1?
Yeah, no, I say no every time.
No, right.
I don't like to round up, none of that shit.
Because 9 times out of 10, whether it's a grocery store or whatever, they've already given that money. The organization has already pledged and sent that 10,000, 100,000, million, whatever the dollar amount was.
Yeah.
They've already given it to the kids' tuition fund or the Red Cross or whatever.
Okay.
They're just trying to get it back.
They're trying to give it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so
see, don't ever round up, y'all.
I mean, look, sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. Whatever. If it's like a few cents and my OCD is acting
but like
up,
one time I rounded up and it was like I was supposed to get like 85 cents back, and I was like, and I pressed. It was like wow. I was like, fuck, like that's $1. I know I sound like a cheapskate, but I'm like, I didn't mean. I was like, wait. I looked. I said, what? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Where the tax at?
Well,
and I was like,
listen,
oh.
I think so. I think, and it was obviously. Let's be honest. When she did what she did, it was obviously a slap in Jeff's face.
Of course,
right? It was like, we're getting divorced. Fuck you. I'm
Yeah.
taking all your money, and instead of buying a yacht, I'm gonna go give it to charity. So I think that's all whatever.
Yeah.
Up in the air. But when it comes to Elon,
Yeah.
listen, I think what people don't understand is at the end of the day, he's a man with a lot of money, so he can do and say whatever he wants.
Yes.
And it's still Twitter. Like, I don't care what the fucking logo is. I don't care. When I am on this computer every day and I have time to do it, I type in twitter.com and it takes me to twitter.com.
Yes.
And so you still got to talk shit. Like, there's still a level of, and I mean, when you reach that level of billionaire status, there's not much for you to say.
Yeah.
Like, there's not many waves that you can theoretically make. So when something like the only other, like I think they said there's like 4 people. It's Bezos, Musk.
He's third right now. He's third richest right now. Behind this, it said luxury titan, this French guy, whatever, you know what I mean?
And like one other person, I think. And so when there's only a group of 4 of you there, it's not like, what are you going to talk shit on?
Yeah.
What are you going to talk shit? Oh, Jeff Bezos bought a yacht and it's 1,600 feet smaller than mine. Like, okay, great. We get it. You got a small dick. But like, where? So when something like that happens, you gotta say what you gotta say. And the fact that he deleted it, that was his mentality going into it. Let me talk some shit and let me get it off my chest. Whether he was sober or not when he did it or whatever, that's besides the point, I think.
Do you think he fears like stuff like that happening to him? Maybe. Yeah, I mean, because he's talking about the end of Western civilization, right? So he's talking about and for him. He's against this, a lot of people talk about the redistribution of wealth, right? So I think that scares billionaires because they're thinking like, yo, what are they going to figure out ways to take my money? Are they going to, change the tax code to where And
I think we're in a society where if people like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos don't realize that their money's safe, and or that they just need to continue what they're doing. Because at any point in time, Trump or the government or Biden, whoever's in charge, whatever, there's whisperings. If there is a whispering of a tax shift to the point, like if Bernie were to get into power and puts all of his plans into place and he wants to take all the wealth away from them and give it all back to us, right? That's the goal. If that were even slightly possible, then I think people like Elon and Bezos would just lobby harder to the Congress that they already lobby to.
Yes,
like the fact that they give the Republican Party or the Democrat Party $40 million a year for whatever their campaigns that they're running. Yeah. You know what I mean? That just says a lot. Then they're going to give them almost what they would spend if the tax thing would go through to make it go away. Look, money buys whatever the fuck you want in this country. Maybe not other countries, but in this country, there's a guy who knows a guy who can make something happen. Okay. So I think if at the end of the day,
so what about this angle though? Because so a lot of the charities that she's given to have been charities that have to do with like, helping minorities out or helping out, maybe stuff about gender or like even like, LGBT stuff, like whatever. Like, so like for him, you know what I mean? Like, do you think if she was just given to PETA,
right?
Yeah. I mean, given to animal, do you think he would care as much?
Well,
because there's the angle, because Elon, man, he be showing his racism, bro.
Right. And that's
and be trying to hide it, but he be showing it all the time. Like, and it's like, bro, you grew up in apartheid South Africa, man. Your father owned an emerald mine. How you getting them emeralds?
Certainly
blood emeralds.
Employees on payroll with healthcare and 401ks.
Yeah.
And
I mean, so like when he's talking about like, cause he is avid on like meritocracy, which of course, man, you should earn some of the things you got. But like, he's always talking about like, he's against this redistribution of wealth. And when you got a woman that's really kind of she is trying to get back at her ex-husband for whatever he did to her, you know what I mean? And she had to be shooting with him in the gym. I don't know how long they was together, but she ain't like she don't look like a trophy. She ain't a trophy wife. I mean, she looked like she was around
behind the scenes.
Yeah, like for a long time. I mean, so then when you got somebody that had a taste of power and influence, and she just shaking shit up and trying to give people money, like, is that why he feels some type of way? Because it's like, man, those people didn't earn it. Like, you know what I mean? Whatever.
Well,
you know?
and then, but that's so, you know, Elon probably has, and, you know, we're speaking a lot for him, but that's okay. He probably has, hopefully he'll correct us and reach out. He probably.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Pay us.
Right. It's just for this episode.
Pay us.
Yeah, right. We only need like $100,000. It's nothing.
That's it.
And so, but he probably has like certain animosities and feelings towards anyone who is a minority, a woman, a black person, or whatever, who has money. There has to be, listen, at the end of the day, you'd be delusional to think that a powerful, rich, billionaire white man in this country who owns this number one social media platform ever, and the other guy who owns the number one e-commerce, Amazon, whatever, you'd be a fool to think that when they see a black man who's a billionaire, a woman who's a billionaire, and not another rich white man, that they don't feel some kind of way.
Yeah.
Like, because it just goes back to our society and how we're brought up, and racism and the history of this country and everything leading back to whatever, to the point where you know, that's it. Yeah. And so I'd imagine, and I think that tweet directly backs up that. thought. Because if he didn't feel that way and he was like, we're all equal, brother, like you've got $1 billion, I've got $1 billion, let's go, we're rising together. Yeah. Then he would have said, shout out to her. Yeah. Shout out to her for spending Jeff's money on charity. Yeah. Yeah. So of course, right? Yeah. Yeah. So. And so I think, yeah. And so I think you also put down on your list there about he's coming for YouTube now. Is that
yes,
is that the next?
So that's the next thing. So like just piggybacking off of that, Elon wilding out. Cause he's trying to drop a clone. They call it a YouTube clone. So basically he's trying to make X or Twitter, whatever we want to call it. He's trying to make it a video platform now.
Yeah. Well, and so
what do you think that's going to look like?
Listen, here's this just all stems back to PayPal, right? I'm not sure if you and I had this conversation. Yeah, because you told me that
he was the guy. He was the PayPal
so
guy.
his vision for PayPal has now transferred to Twitter, X, and he wants it to be the everything app. He wants it to be the number one place. He tried to do it with PayPal. He was like, you can come here to pay, you should come here to post your images too. Let's make it a social platform.
That's weird, yeah.
And so, but okay, that's interesting. You say that's weird. So you wouldn't use PayPal as a social media, but if someone's like, yo, hit me up on Facebook Pay, send me $20, it's almost the same thing.
I never.
Well, of course, but I'm just saying, right? You know what I mean? We can we can send money through Facebook, and I think Instagram. Yeah, but and TikTok
but PayPal started as, of course, just a money transfer thing. Right. So that's why there's a disconnect. So so now Twitter, this was just a texting, you know what I mean? Text app, and of course it's expanded, whatever. But like. So, a video platform? And even coming before that, I don't know if you're aware now, but new features have been dropped left and right. So Twitter now has its own separate article, like blog post article creation section that you can use. Okay. So beyond your tweets or whatever, you can write your blog posts on Twitter now. There you go.
You can now, Elon has gotten rid of his phone and now strictly only makes his calls and FaceTime calls on Twitter. Is I think with Twitter Blue, you can get your own phone number, whatever. Oh. So we're adding, that's been added on. And so what we have seen through the last 3 to 6 months is this curation of content creators and video on the platform. This kicked off, I think, back when... There might have been some other instances, of course, leading up to this, but the number one thing that at least I saw from my timeline side of things was when Theo Vaughn, the comedian, had on Roseanne Barr on his podcast. And she had went off and said, like, they were, again, they're comedians, so they were joking about, I think, the war between Israel and Palestine or whatever. And she said something about the cost. Oh, yeah, that never happened. Like, in a joking, satirical manner, right?
Okay.
And so YouTube took it down. After millions of views, whatever, YouTube was like, you can't go on and say the Holocaust didn't happen.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, that's bullshit. This is freedom of speech. You're taking it out of context. If you watch the full 4-minute clip that we were talking about it, like you'll clearly see that it was a joke.
Okay.
She was joking. Like if we can't make jokes anymore, I get it. It's a very serious and heavy topic. It's a historical thing, whatever. But at the end of the day, so that's when Elon was like, fuck it, post it on here. And we'll do it. And we'll you can do whatever you want on here. You can talk about whatever. I'm not going to take it down.
Yeah.
And so then they were like, well, it's a 2-hour episode. He was like, bet, let me bump that limit up. Uploaded it, millions of views. And I think that's what kicked it off.
Okay.
Now he's got people signed like Tucker Carlson and all of his silly friends talking about conspiracy theories and going to Russia and shit. And so then I think after that was the Mr. Beast situation. And so everyone's like, Mr. Beast, why don't you upload your videos to Twitter? And he's like, well, because the revenue isn't there. Because what I make on YouTube for 100 million views.
Yeah, and it sucks to post videos on Twitter. If anybody knows what it's like to post a video on Twitter, you don't even know if it posted sometimes the same day. Like, it doesn't even post sometimes the same day, bro. It's hours, bro. This shit sucks, man.
So,
but then sometimes it's 5 seconds.
Right.
The
I know.
fuck is
Trust
that?
me. I know. Hey, I'm right there with you.
Ugh.
But then Mr. Beast came on and he re-uploaded one of his old YouTube videos, and there was some fuckery. I think some people put ads on the video. Some people were promoting it. But basically, it broke records, 200 million views, and I think they came out and said that Mr. Beast made about 250 grand, 250,000 on that one video. Dang. Now, they say it's inflated, so realistically, with the ads and everything, normal numbers, he probably made like 100 grand off.
Yeah, but for old content,
right.
For something I already put out,
right. So then that leads us to that, and so I think with that happening, I read an article this morning in preparation, and I think in the next coming weeks they're putting out the Twitter app for video on Amazon,
and Samsung
TVs.
Yes.
Yep. And so that'll be interesting, because I think 90% of the market is Roku. Yeah. And Apple TV, so like weird, but whatever.
Yeah, like why didn't you partner with them?
Will you?
Are people going to be inclined to hit? They see the X.
It's just.
Are we going to that for the videos?
Listen, man, I don't
think so.
Unless something happens. And one of your favorite creators or whatever it may be is like, well, guys, Elon got me and I'm not posting anywhere but X video. And if that's the case, maybe. Well, but then obviously I'm jumping back over to YouTube to watch everyone else.
Well, it's probably going to be for the people that got demonetized, have been demonetized from YouTube. Like, think about your Fresh and Fits. Think about your Just Pearly Things.
Right.
Think about Andrew Tate's.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, like people like that.
Right. Oh, and Elon loves Andrew Tate.
Oh, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So maybe it's he's trying to poach them people from Rumble and things like that. You know what I mean?
Right. Which again is late.
It's
to the
late.
show, because they've already got those Rumble exclusive deals. They've already got the Kick deals. They've already got whatever live streaming deals with Twitch and everything else. And from when I was reading the article, it was Elon's quote was like, I just want people to be able to enjoy the videos on X from the comfort of their couch. And I'm like, homie, we already do that.
Yeah.
Right. We already do that.
Yeah.
And so, look, man, I guess for me personally, when I'm alone, boys get in a bath or whatever, and I sit down in front of the TV before I turn anything else, I go to the YouTube app, just because I'd rather not be on my phone, because I know I'll end up on Instagram or a distraction or whatever, get sidetracked. But am I going to open the X app? I'm
probably not.
Right. And it's like, what's going to be on there?
Yeah.
Like Tucker Carlson and an old Mr. Beast video and a few creators that, And if it means that they're uploading to YouTube anyways, you know, I'm not here for it. I don't think listen, it'll be there and the Twitter Blue subscribers will use it and blah, blah, blah. But like, I'm not, they already said like YouTube has 80 to 90% of the market share. And to try to take that from Google is just absurd. Yeah. It's a pipe dream. And I don't know. I don't think he's made money. Like, I don't think he's made any of his money back.
Because he's losing advertisers all the time and things like that. So it'll be interesting. I'll obviously download it and check it out. But it's for the content. Yeah, it's talk about it.
There's just not. It's so crazy to me that he. I like him. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. I like him because I like his grinding out story. I like his rise in Tesla. I think they like fired him and then he came back. Something I don't know it to a T, but I also think the cars are great. I've driven the cars. I've been inside the cars. Trust me, if you have never driven a Tesla, it may or may not change your life and how you like it's and as soon as I got behind the wheel of one and Megs and I rented one when we drove to South Carolina for a vacation a few years back, and it was bro, I think I told you when it happened. I literally put on the cruise control for 8 hours and sat there and hit the vape. Like it was fantastic. Did we have to stop every 2 to 3 hours and charge up? Yeah. But, you know, could we have gotten further and to our destination 3 to 4 hours before with a regular gas car because the range is twice as long? Yeah. Does pumping up the gas only take 34 seconds and the Tesla charge takes 30 minutes? Yeah. But, I mean, I'm a fan, and I think, but does that mean I'm a fan of his business moves and the decisions he's making with Twitter and semi-destroying it and the changes and everything? Listen, if he releases a new feature like the phone or like the phone number or the calling or the video platform or whatever, and it pops, I'm on board. Like, you know what I mean? We'll hop on, we'll get on board. But we were all tricked before with Threads, right? Everyone thought Threads was coming in to be the white knight, the end all be all. Elon destroyed Twitter. Thank God for Threads. And that's what Zucks thought too. Like, you can't tell me he thought the same exact thing. I'm going to destroy him. I'm going to knock him out completely. This is my round 1 KO. And I don't even know what happened there.
Yeah.
I think we all logged in once. And it was just the same people.
Yeah, you can't so this is different because in today, back in the day, right, you have a bread company and then another bread company and then another, so like, you can have all types of different breads.
Oh, that's such a good analogy.
Right? But like when we talk about the digital space, it's not the same because when I eat that piece of bread, it's done and over with. And like, sure, I'll try another piece of bread, whatever. But like, these aren't the same. This is utility. Like, we use these things on a daily basis. Right. So something that becomes a routine and you use on a daily basis, you're not going to buck your routine. No. Not too much. I mean, like, not to try something else just for the same kind of results, whatever. Like if you like Instagram and you like Twitter, if they make a knockoff Instagram and Twitter, you're not gonna just jump to that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, you might if like TikTok would be and we're gonna talk about TikTok in a second. And it has to pop, whatever. Yeah. But not everything pops. Vine didn't pop. Vine popped, but it went away. You know what I mean? Like, so Vine was the runway for half of the influencers and people we see now. I mean, Jake and Logan Paul were Vine. That's how they got their start and big, break. There's a lot of YouTubers that people don't realize. That had like 3, 4, 5 million followers on Vine. Yeah. And then gone. Yeah. So it's interesting, I think, and maybe that's just where we're at in our age too. You think is that like,
And maybe it's because we're using it differently now, right? It's a little bit of business. It's a little bit of, the podcast and everything else. So it's like, we can't just, okay, well, now we got to add this we got to start posting the threads now to our process. And it's like, well, do we really want to? Let's wait and see. Yep. And then we never do. And then the platform. So I think it's interesting to see what Elon's doing, what he's changing, what he's adding. And so far, I haven't adopted anything new. I'm still using Twitter the same way. I'm obviously benefiting from longer free videos when I don't have a blue account or whatever, but they still haven't convinced me to pay them monthly yet. Nah. Not you either, right?
Yeah,
so,
not doing it.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
All right, man. That's good though. That's good. And like I said, we'll see what comes up. I just don't see a lot of people going to the Twitter video platform on the TV, but we'll see what.
But unless to one last point, unless Elon, unless he invest in the,
what do what like Spotify did and overpay celebrities to make podcasts, so overpay people to make videos.
Not in that sense, but in the sense, I thought that's where you're going. In the sense of do you remember like just the infancy of TikTok, right? Just going back to the beginnings of TikTok, right? Where anything you posted, whether it was a brand new account or not, was pretty much you could get it to go. Yeah. You could get that 1,000 views, you could get that interaction. Now, whatever you post, it's 200 or 300 views, and if you don't have the followers, you don't get the interaction because it's flooded now. So if the new X video platform comes with that favorable algorithm where it's pushing everything and everyone's going viral and the little guys like us now have that chance to grow, then maybe it's a good place to start. Because I mean, if just thinking about it, you and I were there for the beginning of TikTok, and I know, we were hesitant. We got to upload here, we got to upload there. YouTube Shorts was coming in to be a thing, and that's where I wanted to grow. So I focused there, and you're like, TikTok, whatever. You chose Instagram, and so I can only imagine if back in 2021, when the algorithm and TikTok and everything was still new and people were blooming and growing and rising, if we would have put 5 to 10 clips a day of the podcast on that algorithm, obviously not now, but where would we be?
Yeah.
So if that's where I'll keep my ear to the ground, man. And if the professionals say get on Twitter video or whatever it's called.
But by the time the professionals say it, isn't it too late? Kind of.
Not some of the ones that I listen to.
Okay.
Well, I mean, look, it's just like, it's no secret, but like Gary Vee was telling everyone to post 10 times a day on TikTok in 2019. No one even had the app on their phone.
Okay.
But he said, if you want to be number one, you want to go viral, there's this new app, ByteDance, whatever, TikTok, post 10 times a day on TikTok from 2019 to 2021 and see how your life doesn't change. I guarantee if he would have done it, we'd be in a different spot now.
Yeah.
We'd be the Charlie, because that's what the D'Amelios did. Yeah. Girls started dancing, uploaded them on Musical.ly or whatever app was before TikTok. Then it became TikTok. They uploaded 10 a day. Now they got a Hulu show.
Yeah.
So
we'll see. All right. One last thing about technology. Get nerding out a little bit, but man, TikTok crackdown bill, man.
It's coming.
Yeah,
listen,
So real quick. Headline says, Biden says he would sign TikTok crackdown, but Trump raises concerns. And this is ironic, right? This headline's ironic because, well, one, it seemed like obviously a lot of the politicians have been kind of anti-TikTok, whatever, because of China, right? And it's ironic because Trump was on board with getting rid of TikTok because he was anti-China, right? But his reasoning is it's concerned. He's concerned about a ban that's a service that's used by 170 million Americans. And basically, he says, what does he say? He said if you get rid of TikTok, Facebook will double their business, right? And he says he doesn't want Facebook doing better because Zuckerberg kicked him off.
Okay. Okay. I have two thoughts. I have two trains
So I
of
feel like
thoughts
it's
here.
I feel like it's like some I think it's like, bro, he's a master at that. He's a master at changing his mind. And if you support him, you don't even pay attention to that.
Listen,
I don't know. I'm just saying. I just noticed that.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be people now that's like gonna be pro TikTok because he is in the middle.
So with the reason I believe that he is like, oh, if TikTok goes away, this will be terrible, is because Donald Trump directly benefits from the same strategy and the same actions of his fans that Andrew Tate did. And the number one, do you understand that Andrew Tate, for whatever year period that was the number one man on TikTok?
No.
Every other video, comment, everything, Andrew Tate.
Wow.
Andrew Tate never had a TikTok account.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And so the whole strategy was to tell all of his people and all
Yes. I remember he talked about that. I do remember.
This is how you blow up. This is how you blow up. Post videos of me saying this. Post videos of me saying this. Yeah, it's outrageous. Yeah, I'm going to say, oh, I got a machete next to my bed, and if a bitch tries to touch it, I'm going to chop her hand off. Like that. You know what I mean? Like that's just how it. And so that shock factor, people upload. Now he's number one, and he hasn't done a single thing. He hasn't uploaded one video. So if TikTok goes away, Trump doesn't have his millions of uploads every single day of clips and him being in Harrisburg and him being here and him being there and saying this and dropping sneakers and doing this and doing that, because then it all goes away. And so, and he's certainly favored. I mean, he rocks with Elon and Tucker Carlson over there. I'm pretty sure they're pro-Republican. So obviously he's
but
good.
Elon's not pro TikTok though. Either.
No, right.
So.
But so I think it's look, I think at the end of the day, we all remember the trial and what a joke that was. Our government thinking that the CEO of the company had their Wi-Fi password stored on his personal notebook journal or whatever. It's ridiculous. Well, it's a fucking the guy from Texas, whoever. He was like, if I'm on TikTok on my home network, you have access to my Wi-Fi password. Like he asked him the question. It's like, come on, idiots.
Yeah.
Like I get it. It's a Chinese company. They have U.S. data. They'll probably sell it to they've probably already sold it. Like Joe Rogan blew the lid off of it 3 years ago. The TikTok terms and service says that every terms of service that you agree to says they have access to whatever the fuck they have access to. So whether it's TikTok,
Google,
the only reason that the United States government isn't upset with what Google and YouTube and Facebook and Instagram captures is because they have all their headquarters right here in this country.
Yes.
And they're just a little worried about what China's going to do with their spy balloons and their people crossing the border and all the data they have on us now. And it's like, well, they could just invade because they know exactly where our shit is and where everyone lives and how many guns they own and what their credit score is and whatever else they have access to. So when the news dropped last week that Congress, I think on this March 7th or something like that, Congress passed it.
Yeah.
And so now basically, I don't know how.
It goes to the Senate now.
It goes to the Senate.
Yep.
So if the Senate signs off, then the last step is Biden. Is that
Yeah.
how I understand it?
Then
right.
you just
Okay.
yep.
So if the Senate agrees and then Biden, who has clearly said he also agrees, I think the stipulations were ByteDance has to sell it to an American company. They have to, if they sell it to an American company,
within 6 months or something like that.
Right. And so, there's got to be, I'm sure there's a loophole.
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't they just send one of their dudes over here or someone they already have in this country, make them the CEO, and they just report directly back to China? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, they'll turn their VPN on and make it happen. TikTok's not going away, I don't think.
Okay.
And if it does, you'll never guess what's going to happen.
What's gonna happen?
We're all going to go back to Instagram.
Yay!
And then in 3 weeks, there's going to be something else.
Some competitor.
There's going to be a something else that everyone floods to.
The guy that's been building his IP that had to stop once TikTok blew up, he's like, yes, this is my fucking moment. Okay. So, but in general, how do you feel about TikTok? Do you care for a band? Do you want it to be? I don't mind. Like, it doesn't affect me. I do not fuck with TikTok. So
yeah.
I mean, I don't care. Like, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Shut it down.
I think it's
bring the audience over here.
Yeah.
Self-interest, you know what I mean?
Listen, I think it's I use it for entertainment.
Okay.
Because 99.9% of my algorithm is just like-minded people like me.
Okay.
Who are, pretending that this AI version of a Taylor Swift song is an actual song and fooling their friends and doing the, like, saying, like, Meg's TikTok algorithm is just nothing but 95% fake news. Every single time Meg sends me a TikTok and was like, did you hear about this? Did you hear about this? She talking about on the pod. It's either it's the fakest.
That's what I'm saying.
And so there's a side of it that is just people getting on there and being like, well, that's it. TikTok's been banned and that's it. And so not actually telling the facts.
Yeah.
And so, it's a flooded platform. I don't know. Do I think that because of some of the challenges in the younger kids who have unfortunately passed away or died from them or eating Tide Pods or balancing on milk crates, I think directly blaming people like Mark Zuckerberg, and because that trial just happened a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
It was Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all of them were there. And they were like, are you going to apologize to these parents for the reason that Facebook made your teenage daughter commit suicide? And
it's like, I didn't make.
And honestly, if I was Mark in that instance, I would have abruptly said, no, Your Honor, because it is not my fault.
Yeah.
But he did. He stood up and he turned around, and Mark Zuckerberg said, I'm so sorry for your loss, and I wish there was something we can do. But it's like, how are you going to blame that guy?
Yeah.
When you're the one who gave your child the phone, you're the one who downloaded the app.
Monitor it.
There's parent controls, there's screen time, there's everything to prevent it. There's a STEM button now to just give educational TikToks. So if you're seeing it become a problem at home, obviously, we all live different lives, whatever, it might be too late. And unfortunately something has happened to your child, but to blame the CEO of the company.
Yeah. It's a little irresponsible.
It's a little much. Listen, I thought the first trial that we had last year was a joke. I thought there's no way this app is going anywhere. There's half the freaking apps on your phone are Chinese companies. Like, what are we talking? Like Temu, people were ordering shit from Temu. Like, what are we talking about?
I was about to order something from Temu. I didn't even know it was like, yo. So they rope you in by like, yo, you can get this for free, whatever. So I clicked on it, whatever, and then I started adding all this stuff, and then like something happened. I didn't put no information in yet, whatever, but like something happened where like I lost the deal and like it expires and shit like that. Right. And I was like, all right, never mind. I'm good. I'm not fucking with this.
Listen to this shit, right? This is now, look, I know Google alerts are a thing. If you set up a Google alert with your name, anytime anyone says it or types it or it shows up in a video, you'll get an email. But I don't know exactly how that technology works. But what I do know is when you and I talked about the Temu Super Bowl commercial last episode or whatever, and I said, just look out. They might have used your credit card information to pay for the commercial. Yeah. I got an email 72 hours later. I got an email from a Temu customer service security rep that said, hey, Levi, we saw your recent video and we just want to clarify some few things. We know we know you were concerned about security and the privacy of our customers and the data and blah, blah, blah.
Email me? Did they email?
But they said, rest assured that we're a top of the line company and we have investors and we're secure, blah, 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 all this stuff. And I was so freaked out. I was so freaked out because, bro, I've sat here on this podcast for the last 130 episodes, plus more with you, and talk shit on companies, individuals, liquid death.
How the hell y'all get my email?
Funko. Now, it's you
Well,
go
yeah.
to your YouTube channel, your Gmail's
Yeah,
there. It's
yeah.
public. I get it. But like
Wow.
someone from the Temu team saw that clip, watched the podcast, and then wrote out. I mean, it was a long email. It was like 5 to 6
It's all
paragraphs.
AI. It's all AI.
Maybe,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, little creepy.
Yeah,
Little
that's creepy. That's creepy.
And it was like
Chinese company.
it was
China.
like- right. Listen. No. Hey, we're one China over here. Taiwan who? Listen, if you're going to invade them, you need to. And if you're coming over here, just know I'm an ally. We love China. For those listening, Temu, and freaking anyone else, dude. I'm not trying to be.
Shit.
Listen.
I'm about to be in an internment camp or something like that.
We're gonna be making. They're gonna send us to Foxconn. You and I will be making iPhones in 6 months.
Yeah.
So look, man. At the end of the day, I think it's we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see what this country does.
Yeah, we'll see, man. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say. So let's put a bow on that,
Yeah.
man. All right, man. This is what I came here for, man.
Yes, I'm so excited.
I don't even. We've been at it for a while.
I'm
but
so excited.
This is
We're
what
good
I
on time.
came. This is what I came here for, man. So, bro, this is all right. This is 280 plus, but this is a reunion right now. You know what I'm saying? This is recap and record reunion. You know what I'm saying? And we went crazy. We went 15 straight. Was it how many straight weeks of content? It was the 10, and it was like I think 15 straight weeks of dating show content, right?
We burned ourselves out.
We went Love is Blind, and then we said F Boy Island, right?
Yeah.
And bro, we got the shittiest season of Love is Blind. Season 5 is the worst season of Love is Blind, whatever. So obviously it comes around, and we get a little itch, right? We talking, we like he like Lowe's, you want to do it? And I'm like Levi, we can't, man.
No,
like we
no
can't,
way.
we can't do it. We can't
No
do
way.
that to ourselves,
No
man.
way.
No way we're doing it. Season 6 comes out. Was that? Is it because season 5 was so bad? Was that not one of the best seasons of Love is Blind? That's probably the best since season 2. Shake.
Yep. Yeah.
Shake was.
Yeah.
That's my guy. I don't
Listen,
fuck.
I said it in my episode yesterday because I knew we were getting in today. I only touched on it for a minute, but this season of Love is Blind, I just said it to Megs last night, instead of Netflix, what they accidentally did was they went into it trying to give us a reality dating show.
Yeah.
But in the introspectum of everything happening and the events and things that were said, they gave us nothing but pure entertainment.
Oh my
Every
gosh.
episode had a bomb.
Yes.
Every episode had a line, a cliffhanger, a shocked fam, I cannot tell you the amount of times that I was standing up, staring at my TV screen going like,
when that guy, because you know how like early on in the pods, right? They, you kind of get a sense of who's gonna move on, right? Whatever.
Right.
When that guy Mark didn't get, when he didn't have anybody, I was like, he needed to be outside of the pods. Like I needed to see this, the Superman looking dude, like who was he was walking out on bitches,
Crazy
yo,
guy. So you're right. We'll start with him because he was.
He's a legend. He's a legend to me.
He was on like, is he a stalker psycho level or is he the perfect guy? Like it was a weird.
He was Joe. He was Joe off of He was you.
Yes.
Because when he did the thing where the girl's dad was like, and he said, I was like, this dude is nasty, bro. Yeah. So just to be clear, so there was a guy on Love is Blind. His name is Mark, and he was like stoic. He very serious, whatever.
Right.
He had no time for the shits, right? So if you got on his nerves or if you talked too much, he was leaving the pods. But like
his name was Matthew.
I said Mark. I said Mark.
Matthew.
Matthew.
Yes.
So if you was getting on his nerves, he was skating on you, not even telling you, whatever.
Homie bounced.
Bounced like 3 different times. He bounced like 3 different times. And then but he was doing the nasty thing where he was saying the exact same thing.
He got caught. To
too many women, and he got caught.
And that's what did him in. That's what did him in.
Yep.
And as soon as he got caught, I was like, oh man, that's rookie. That's mistake number one.
Yeah.
You know, I know. Even, especially, bro, I mean, we talked about it off camera, when there's not even a chance that the two girls might even end up talking to one another, eventually, fam, the screenshots get sent.
Yeah.
I'll stop right there. But you know what I mean? So when you're dating someone in an instance where they then go back to all of the other women that you're also simultaneously dating, you cannot assume, now some of them do. Some of the girls are reserved. They don't say shit.
But you can't assume that.
Right.
You have to assume that everybody is sharing.
Everyone's talking shit. Right.
Yeah. So you almost have to be a different person
every time
to every different woman. Like, you cannot be the same dude.
Yeah. See, I mean, now that's interesting. There's got to be a way. We could talk about it at another point, but there's got to be a way where you can say the same thing. Cause like, my life, there's stories, whatever.
No,
but
that,
like,
yeah, but I mean, like,
but word for word, like, I'll leave with you right now. We can go here. We can go to the cabin.
Mourning the death of somebody's father, and like saying similar things about somebody's father, and like, so you got two different women that are mourning their father. Yeah, like, that's nasty.
Yeah,
work, bro.
Yeah. So they never. I thought we were gonna circle back.
Yeah, I thought.
His end all be all was. He had two girls. I think one of them was AD, and then the other one, and they found out he was saying the same shit to both. Yep. And
because that was another woman that didn't move on either.
Right, because she left. And from what we knew, he was gonna chase. He left too. He was like, I'm gonna go get my girl. Yeah. And we never got nothing. Not a resolution.
Yeah, and they didn't meet up at any of those mixers or anything like that. Right. All right. So, I'm thinking about Love is Blind. So let's go
through the couple.
Yeah, let's go through the couple. Yeah. So let's start with Kenneth and Brittany, right? So that was the principal, which that scares me. I mean, when educators are just in these these settings, I'm like, you're wilding a little bit. So he gets with this beautiful woman. Yeah, I mean, I thought she looked good.
Stunner.
I thought she looked good.
Stunner. She's hot. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean. It was weird though, because I feel like this season, a lot of them was crossing the lines about appearance. Like they were breaking rules, not breaking rules, because you could say whatever you want, but like they were kind of fudging the lines of what the purpose of this was. So she knew that he was a black man.
Let me ask you.
He knew that she was a white woman.
Let me ask you a question on that exact topic. Do you think, based on yourself, experiences, life, everything that's led up to this point, if you were in not even that experiment, just on the other side of a wall from someone and you could hear them, do you can hear
race.
You can,
for the most part, unless there are exceptions.
There's a subsection.
The guy Darius Rucker from Hootie and the Blowfish. You can't always tell that he's a black guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But
But as far as who Clay and Kenneth on the show, every time you close it sounds like a black guy. Yeah. So you know what I mean. So okay. That was my assumption.
No, you can't. No, I feel like you can for the most part. There are some women that black women that could be based on where they grew up. They might have that Valley Girl type. Vernacular.
So Kenneth is the.
He's a liar.
Well, okay, listen. So Kenneth, this one man is juicy. First of all, some background knowledge, because I'm deep into TikTok, and TikTok loves busting these people's asses when the show airs.
I'll give it to them.
And so Kenneth was not his first time on TV. He was on the Kelly Clarkson show promoting the school a couple years ago as the principal. So
he must be at the charter school or something.
Yeah. Okay. And so we know, obviously, through watching the show. Listen, did you think this season, when we got back to the apartments from the honeymoon, dynamic 180 shift for all the couples? Like just kind of we're not on vacation, serious mode. Yeah. And so I knew as soon as they got to the apartments, and she's like, where should we put the plants? And let me just put my clothes over here in this bathroom, and he's just like, yep, okay. I just got to catch up on all the emails and stuff. And I'm like, bro, like you're looking at pictures of dolphins. Like knock it off and spend time with your wife. Like the only thing that got that man excited, like his wife is literally smoking hot in a fucking bikini laying right beside him on a private boat in the middle of the Caribbean. And the only thing on this man's mind is, was that a dolphin?
Yeah. Like, he was not affectionate towards her. And I was thinking, like, bro, like, you know what I mean? You knew what she looked like. You could have, I feel like you should have broke, like, I want somebody to break it off right at the, like, I need to see that.
And we got that in this season. We got a lot of different break off points. That
but I need, I need you to not like who you saw and keep it 100.
Keep it a buck, right?
Keep it a buck.
Yeah, that's
like
true
that's
too.
TV. That's good TV myself.
So listen. Here's the thing.
They said so. I looked into something. They said that they actually had deeper conversations, and like what we were seeing was the end where he was already tired of it. Like they already had those conversations about them ending it. You know what I mean? And so what we're seeing was like him just being bored of it, which I don't know how to buy that.
Which is the excuse that Chelsea and Jimmy are giving on all the podcasts they've been on. Like, we had so many conversations that didn't get aired, and I get it, the editing, but like at the end of the day, that's the story.
Yeah.
So the issue, the last bit with Ken and Brittany, this is all allegedly, but apparently one of Ken's cousins or family members has been all over social media being like, man, Ken's been gay since I knew.
Oh!
So
wow. So he don't even play for the team.
People were speculating that he might be on the other side of the fence.
People were thinking that about Clay too, though.
Oh, well hold on. Don't talk about my man like that. We'll get to them. We might save them for last.
Okay.
So Kenneth and Brittany, day 2 in the apartment, they're out. They're done.
Yeah.
And I saw this one TikTok of a guy.
Where he was like, he had the wig on and he kept eating bad food.
He had fucking shit. Yeah. He had like ice cream on top of crab legs. Yeah. He was like, but you're not talking to me though. You're not.
Yeah, like, he was real sassy though. They made him real sassy. I was like, yo, they is wrong for that. Yeah, he was eating mad food,
He was
bro.
just eating.
If you're not asleep and awake when it's convenient for me, that doesn't give intimacy. That doesn't give I want to be loved. That actually gives me the ick.
But that's not how sleep works.
Do you know?
And he was like, he used the same argument twice. He was like, if this is your attitude for the first time when this happens, he's like, I'm like, what are you talking?
Yeah.
He's like, if this is how you're going to react for the first time that I do X, Y, and Z, like he literally said that twice. So like to just like use that as an excuse or whatever. I don't know. It's fine. She deserves.
Well, yeah, and the thing is, I thought that maybe like she might not have been attracted to him, and he felt that, but like it must have been both ways.
I think it was more, I think it was more him than her.
Okay.
Because every time,
she basically was begging for affection, and he was like, oh, that's how you feel.
And every time, right, exactly, he dropped that line too many
times.
Bro,
grab her ass, like,
exactly, right. And every time they cut back to her. And the whole race conversation happened. She was like, look, I love him for who he is. And that's the whole fucking point of the show.
Yeah.
Just so everyone remembers. But it was that conversation that he had with AD. The conversation he had with AD in the Dominican.
She definitely influenced his ass.
That was like,
don't be a traitor.
Now let me ask you this. I know my basic knowledge is like, the hair is something completely different, and I'm sure heritage and history, but what because AD's number one concern was like, are you sure Brittany's going to be able to raise black children? And I'm just like, well, okay, is that?
Well, I think so where that lies in the fact that like, sometimes, and I don't know if this is true in your family or whatever, but like sometimes when once you start getting into those older relatives in the family and stuff like that, like you realize and you pull the curtain back, you realize that, yo, sometimes white people, even if they are allies and things like that, they got some people in their family that
Aren't.
is not so tolerant, right? So, and also too, like when you don't live a certain experience, right? It's like, are you going to fully understand what it means to protect your child? Because it's just a different thing to raise a black child than a white child. Like, are you going to teach them to you know, hey, when you get pulled over by a police officer, like, are you going to know what to tell them to do?
Right.
Or because I'm not saying white people are raised this way, but you know, white men and women that mouth off at cops,
Right.
and don't know don't shit happen to them. Right. Like, so are you raising your kid to be like, oh no, yeah, fuck that, whatever, you know what I mean? So that's one aspect of it, you know what I mean? But then all the just social things that just come up that you don't, like you said, hair, shit, maybe even like actual health. Like, you know what I mean, what if you got a kid with sickle cell or something like that? You know what I mean? He's like, white people don't get sickle cell.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? You know, taking care of your skin, like, you know what I mean?
Lotion,
like all type of, like, it's all.
I haven't put lotion on in 15 years. Like, you know what I mean? So it's seriously, no, I mean, like, it's not like, no.
Yeah,
it's
no,
not a thing. You put lotion on every day?
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Black don't crack, bro. That's
right. No, trust me. I get I get it. But like, I've never.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a lot of stuff like that where, you know what I mean? And because, you know, a lot of times when, you know, you are in I guess a multiracial thing, how much of the emphasis are you on? Because are you emphasizing like just one side versus the other?
History, the culture.
Are you gonna give back in, like, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I know one drop rule is frowned upon, whatever, but like, and especially depending on what you look like, you know what I mean, you're gonna be viewed as black.
Right.
You're not gonna be viewed as biracial. You're gonna be viewed as a black man.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's what she meant by that.
Yeah.
So.
No. Great. And I appreciate the clarification there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that ended, and then as soon as it did, yo, bro, the breakup was probably one of the most cringiest things when he got up and was like, give me a hug so I know it's all good. Like, he dapped her up, fam.
that was
and it's
wild.
like,
wild.
That's crazy you did that.
Yeah.
Jimmy and Chelsea. Right now, does she look like Megan Fox? Yes or no?
Fuck no. Fucking Megan Leno. J Fox.
You know what we saw? She looks exactly like Nick Cage. She looks just like Nicolas Cage.
Oh, man. Bitch look like the Crimson Chin. You know what I'm saying? Bitch look like...
Like, let's just be honest. Like, Megan Fox's forehead is like 3 inches short. Like, it's just not... The teeth, the smile, the frowning. I can see it. I get it.
They try to do this, whatever, and it's like, just because that don't make you look like somebody,
right,
just because your eyes,
you have the same eyes,
just because your eyes, no.
So that was like,
so,
rule
but that's his fault. But again, they breaking rules.
That shouldn't have been. And what we did,
you're not allowed to do that.
So what don't
be lying to people.
What I saw, I think on one of the TikToks is that, or someone said that they might have cut it, or maybe I just missed it. He said who he looked like as well.
Oh, okay,
and it was some. I'll get the name in post, but it was some
motherfucker looked like Woody Harrelson. It was
some football player. It was some NFL.
You know what they said? I heard somebody say that he looked like the water element in the movie Elemental. Like, if you ever see the face, and I'm like, yo, because he don't have no definition in his face. It's just like flat.
So listen, man, so obviously we all knew as soon as she said Megan Fox and we saw his face light up.
That was his. That's what made it.
It was done.
Signed, sealed, delivered.
And
because he gonna tell the other girl, oh, I'm not gonna just jump out and say I love you, and then the next scene over. And granted, editing, you know, but the next scene they show him saying I love you to Chelsea.
Can we not agree that Jess was the fucking bombshelliest of the hottest?
She was
probably
hot.
Hottest girl of the season.
Oh, this season, yeah.
And we let the simple fact that she's got a kid get in the way.
Yep.
And it's like, damn, Jimmy, damn.
I know.
Damn.
I know.
And so, yeah, Megan Fox ruined it. I have the exact moment where the episode was called "She Lied to Me," and
yo, all the episode titles were on point.
On point this season. Yes, on point.
On point.
And I have the exact moment when he is hugging her and the look of disappointment on his face because he is realizing that she does not look like Megan Fox. And you can tell in some of the apartment episodes and in Punta Cana, wherever they were, he was like, he wanted to say it in front of her so bad and like just couldn't because he knew he was, well, I think he did bring it up to one of the friends there. They're like, well, you kind of lied about looking like, and then one of her friends shouted out another celebrity.
She said, oh, what did she say? She said Carrie Underwood. I said, get the fuck out of here. She do not look like Carrie. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Like,
bitch, you do not look like Carrie Underwood. And you damn sure don't look like no Megan Fox.
She just doesn't.
Yeah.
Enough
So
him.
she was crazy. She was crazy. She liked drama. And you know, now he has some messiness too, right? So again, we talk about, you know, we talked off camera, right? Male friends, female friends, opposite sex,
Listen to
right?
me.
So
Yep.
he told, but here's the thing though. He told her, he kept it 100 with her. Told her in confidence that I smashed, whatever. She shouldn't have did that. She shouldn't have put out that woman's business. And that's why he was mad at her because
Right.
here's the thing. Off camera, you don't know what that other woman, and I'm assuming it was a Hispanic one, but like, I have people that think like he smashed both of them friends.
I would imagine, but I think it was the,
You thought it was the blonde one?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So either way, what about in real, because remember, this is pre-record, you know what I mean?
Right.
What about in real, what if she got a man in real life?
Yeah.
And maybe it's just, it's not told, whatever. Now she got issues on her end because he told you that in confidence and you want to put it on camera like, oh, you fucked her.
Exactly.
So you messing up real life.
So
she broke mad rules, bro.
She did.
She broke mad rules.
She did. And
and the fact that she has her ex-boyfriend is her best friend.
I love it.
And she tried to play it up like, oh, it's not that. Like, what?
Yeah, no,
you was in love with this man. Like,
look, I think at the end of the day, you're exactly right. And as soon as it happened, I said out loud to Megs, I was like, wait a minute. So Jimmy's mad at Chelsea because he told her he fucked her best friend in confidence, and now she's putting it on camera for everyone to know and see. So if she's ever with anyone ever, like literally anyone who dates that girl from now until the end of history, they're going.
I don't trust you. I don't trust you with Jimmy.
Into that relationship with information that she didn't give them.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of fucked up.
It's fucked up.
But at the end of the day, here's the thing.
But he didn't like her either way.
Well, of course. He
didn't fuck with her after he saw her.
No, exactly. Right. Exactly. Exactly. And it just doesn't work. I get it. Being honest with her and telling her, yeah, we fucked once, whatever. She's my best friend. It just, you can't, if that was the case, then he should never have brought her anywhere near that person.
Like, you're right. You're right. That's fair. That's fair.
Your friend family meeting, where are the boys at?
Where are the boys at?
Hey, where are the boys at that you went to the birthday party with?
Yep.
Why are they not as important? But instead, you're introducing me to your old fuck buddy.
Yeah, that's wild.
It's little wild.
That's nasty work.
It's a little nasty.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, listen, man, Jimmy dropped the bomb on that episode when they were arguing about that. And he was like, you've never told me. You've never told me it made you uncomfortable. You never told me to take a step back. And maybe if you just would ask me or talk to me about it, I would do it. So tell me right now, do you want me to take a step back? And she goes, yes, Jimmy, I'm so
I don't want to do that.
And then he says, I don't want to take a step back and walks off like a gangster, bro.
He kept it.
Like
He
a
kept
boss.
He stood on business, man.
And then I thought that was it, but she was so fucking awkward. Like at the end of their like makeup conversation, she was like, don't be mad at me in that outfit or whatever. You're looking too good. And I'm like, he's got
well, she was just oversharing. Like even when they had the argument before, like, man, but I blew you and and you had sex with me. He was like, maybe I don't want to. Maybe I don't want to have sex with you no more.
Right. Oh, exactly. I love it. And the best part, now listen, I know that women like to exaggerate, but something tells me, did you see when they were in Punta Cana?
All the girls was staring at his meat, bro.
I didn't look. But when she was talking about it, and she was like, it's a hammer. And the girls were like, what? AD was there.
Yeah.
She takes her hand around the cup that she's holding. And she's like, And I'm like, bitch, you are not claiming to me that this man's fucking dick is as big as a chalice, like a fucking wine glass. Are you insane? Like,
I don't like that. That. That made me uncomfortable. And but all the women were intrigued by him. AD was on his. She wanted to see that thing.
AD had some questionable moves with some of the other guys that I was like, what's going on there? So Chelsea and Jimmy, I mean, look, and then the breakup. I am 100% for these men when they know they're going to break up with a woman to get as much out of the show and the activities done they can. She's like, why did we ride roller coasters? And like, bitch, why wouldn't I?
Yeah, there was nobody in the music park.
Right, they rented out Six Flags for a few hours. I'm getting on the damn ride.
Multiple times.
Right, in the front, multiple times, and then we'll talk. Like, this isn't for you. This is for me.
Same thing with Jeremy.
So listen.
So that was so... Glad they figured it out and it was not a go. So let's move on.
Not a go for them.
Yes.
And so Jeremy and
Laura / Sarah Ann.
When here's what I think did it for Jeremy and Sarah Ann is when he got a little freaked out.
Jeremy and Laura.
Well, no, when he made his decision.
Well, she said I'm crazy.
She's a freak joint. She's a freak.
Okay.
She's a freak. She was like, you've never had a conversation face to face with someone while you're fucking them, and he's like, no.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh yeah, I'll talk to you. We'll have a good time. Like I think Sarah Ann is like,
okay.
She'll like.
She looked good. She was pretty.
She's
good.
Yes,
she nice lips.
She looks way better than fucking who.
Yeah. Somebody said that her eyes is too close to her.
Oh, Laura. The picture I have of her, she looks crazy, and it's a professional headshot, and it's like Laura's not.
Yeah.
Like so what? So he picks her and. It's this weird, like they're pretending to like each other. They're kind of in love.
Yeah, like they had a lot of tongue-in-cheek banter, and I didn't like it. The parents didn't like it. They thought it was a little weird. Like, why y'all being mean to each other?
But that's right. But and so that whole
her family was ugly. Her family was ugly.
Well, of course, but that happened with a few of our couples when we met the parents. They were telling
too much.
They were telling each other like, why don't you tell them what you did last night and who you were talking to? And I'm like, why are we doing this now?
My mom is not having that.
No,
my dad is not having, like, my dad will bust your chops. Like, he not like, oh, what you talking about my son for? Like, so that was the unreal. It didn't even feel realistic. Like a lot of these arguments in front of the parents and stuff.
No,
it's like, this is the first time you meeting my mom. So why are you bringing up the bad? Like, not saying that it's supposed to be perfect, but like, you need to put your best foot forward.
So Jeremy's bomb did nothing this season but do one thing, and that is remind us all that your Apple Watch tracks your location.
Oh, so he didn't share it with her?
So no. He did.
Okay.
But whether or not you leave your phone in the car to try to think that that's where you are. So
you think he did catch an Uber or something like that?
No. So that's exactly what happened.
Okay.
No, that's exactly what happened. So he went out. Sarah Ann was at the bar, and this whole like other thing too about going out individually when we come back to the apartments. It's like, bitch, you're my fiance. Why aren't you coming to the bar with me? Why are we not going out together?
Yeah.
And so whatever, it's besides the point. But him going to the bar, talking to Sarah Ann, and claiming that they were in the parking lot chatting till 6 a.m.
Yeah, he got some head.
Homie, come on, right. And so even if you weren't, now they both claim that nothing happened, but whatever.
Yeah.
Even if you were in the car in the parking lot talking to a female till 6 a.m., that's a red flag.
Yeah.
And then when you leave your phone in the car after you shared your location with your fiance, to think that your Apple Watch wouldn't track every step you make and then lie to her about it was the best confrontation.
That was good.
It was good. And that whole thing led to them being apart.
Yep.
She didn't even meet his mom,
yep.
which was gangster too, because mom came in and was like, well, yeah, if you would have called me, I would have told you, like, you're an idiot.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, of course
she was not buying his bullshit either. Yeah, I mean, so respect to the mom for that. But,
and then just the second best line drop was from her at the party. They're arguing, they're breaking up, and she says, "Go kick rocks with open-toed shoes."
Yeah.
And so but I mean,
But he stood on business, man. That was gangster because he not only leaves her, he's like, well, I want to still enjoy myself. So he said, I'm gonna get on jet skis with my new bitch.
And that's it. We never see him again.
Yeah,
I thought they were gonna come back. I thought it was gonna be a thing. They just jet skied off into the sunset with him and Sarah Ann. TikToks have shown her. People have torn it apart. Apparently, in the background of her TikToks, they've seen like the cow picture and one of Jeremy's Hawaiian shirts in the background. So they're hanging out. We'll see how the reunion goes.
Okay.
But
I know.
It's just, and then even back to that party with Trevor and Chelsea and Jess. And it's like everyone this season kind of should have probably picked the other person that they were feeling.
Yeah.
So we'll see how the reunion goes. But man, that was probably that solid like 2-episode arc of them. Jeremy and Laura was just
it was messy. But yeah, that was good. It was just good entertainment. It was good entertainment.
And then
so the only successful couple, because only 2 couples get to the altar, but then ultimately the only successful couple was Johnny and Amy. And they were boring to me.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say they were the safest couple of the season.
The biggest thing was that he didn't want to wear condoms.
Bro, listen to me, right? And so they
pull out like a real man.
Bro,
pull out like a real man.
Every motherfucking time the cameras went back to them, whether they were in their apartments or anywhere else. I turned to Megs and I'm like, okay, here we go. Start the countdown. We've got another birth control conversation coming.
Yep.
And like, even when
can't take a plan B.
Even when as far as him, like, well, I did look into vasectomy.
Yeah, like, what are you talking about? Like, how don't you know what it is?
And it's like, bro, what the fuck? And he's like,
how old are you?
And the male birth control is still experimental, so I probably don't want to do that. So I'm gonna need you to either And I'm like, I turned to Megs, I'm like, yo, man, you're 30 years old. Can you not pull out? Where are you at in life to where you cannot? Megs isn't on birth control.
Yeah.
We fuck regularly. And guess what? even when I'm drunk as shit, guess what happens? I pull right on out. Because guess what I don't want to do?
I don't want another kid. Yeah.
And I think Meg showed me a preview for the reunion. They're sourcing questions from Twitter and everywhere else, just the people, because where our questions are better than anything Nick Lachey can come up with. And that's one of them. They ask him, so we'll get an answer from Johnny. Like, man, put on a condom.
Yeah.
Like, do not let.
Well, also too, it's your first time having sex with, like, you couldn't put on.
You could, I don't look, man, like,
but it also is your fiance, so just pull out like a man.
Forcing her to go on birth control, it's weird. Yeah, but yes, they said yes, of course. It was.
So the biggest critique, and this is, I'm sorry to my Latina sisters, man. Like, and this ain't all universal.
Yeah.
But there's a stereotype that Hispanic women cannot dress. She was the worst dressed woman I've ever seen in my life, bro. She could not dress. She was it was horrible. But all right. So that it was a safe couple, boring couple. I just definitely was not intrigued by them. I guess they found each other attractive and so on and so forth and moving forward. I mean.
Yeah, so listen,
Clay and AD, man.
Clay and AD.
All right, so
let me go back.
You ain't like my comment earlier, man. They saying that he a little bit sweet, man.
Well, and you know what? That's okay. And yeah, he is. And that's probably honestly why I like him, because he's got a little bit of that, that niceness, that little bit of like, if his mom would have been white, we wouldn't have been surprised kind of aspect to him.
Okay.
Listen, I think that, first of all, AD dodged a bullet because she was with Crazy Man Matthew in the pods. And
she dodged a bullet by him saying no because he was going to cheat on her.
Well, we'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
So listen, I fell in love and became obsessed with Clay and AD as a couple when they were in the pods. And whatever, I forget the specifics, but whatever concerns he had, whatever things he was doing, and then she came in and was like, yo, this is how it should be. I'm holding you down. This is where we're at.
No, but think back though. He only cared about her once he knew that she was talking to Matthew.
Okay.
Remember, that was an ego thing. Like, he only stuck. So let's keep it a buck.
Okay.
Like, he only stuck around as an ego trip, right? This guy is not used to, he must not be, in real life, he's not used to being turned down. You know what I'm saying? He's used to just kind of going back and forth, whatever. So now he's stuck in this scenario, right? And it didn't seem like it seemed like he might have been talking to other women, but like that was the main one. And for him, it was an ego thing. He was like, what? Matthew, like you wanted to mess with this guy?
Well,
you don't even know what this guy looked like, whatever. Compared to me,
that's another situation.
So
the show,
again, breaking the rules, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, because even AD, she break like you ain't supposed to. You don't gotta tell me who you talking to.
Well,
because now you creating you could be creating animosity between two men, and you don't want that.
Right. That's
why
true,
do you want a man to go hard for you because of another, like because of the competition? Don't you want him to already want you?
Yeah.
So that's where they failed. That's where it started.
I guess I saw it from a different point of view. And I guess I probably came to that conclusion too, because I think even in the Dominican and in the apartments and everything leading up to the wedding, there were like 2 to 3 more scenarios of him having doubts, or him doing what he normally does, or him doing the things that he was raised to do. And then her saying, okay, well, no, baby, we're getting married, and this is how it's gonna, like, I'm here for you. I'll do this for you, but it should be this way. And he's like, and every time he said, oh, okay, bet, cool. That's how it worked. Great. And like, he said that in some of the confessionals. He was like, I love the way AD holds me down and she keeps me grounded. And so, look, man, someone just needs to tell this boy that cheating is not hereditary. Like, just because your fucking father, I mean, my father, like, you know what I mean? Jeff was banging Alicia for however long before him and my mom got divorced. And that's just, like, the bottom line is, if you don't want to cheat,
how about
you don't have to.
Yeah, you don't have to cheat.
You don't got to do it. And that's the other thing. Don't put yourself in those situations, AKA going out to the bar by yourself. You're married now. You have a fiance. Take her with you. Or don't, like, you know what I mean? Like, how hard is it for a man who has committed to marriage in that relationship to say, okay, I'm not going to cheat on you. I get it. There's pull and attraction and other women, and her butt might be bigger, whatever the situation may be. But man, like, you gotta, like, you're in your 30s now. We gotta get past that mentality of like, and just because, like, I get it. Your dad took you to wherever you went, and like, he probably used you as an excuse a lot of times, and like involved you. And we'll get to that in a second. But like, it's just, man, Clay, you're not, he needed AD one more time. When it came to him being concerned about her looks, and she shut it down. When it came to him being concerned about cheating, she shut it down multiple times. Yeah. And what really needed to happen is, I guess they both needed to have one more conversation about how serious tomorrow's decision was, because in his mind, he thought, if we don't get married today, we can get married tomorrow, the next week, the next month. And like, in his mind, he was like, hey, do you understand? I love her. I want to be with her. I'm going to keep dating her. We're going to live together. We're going to be fiancés. Yeah. And maybe in 3 or 6 months, we'll plan a wedding. Cool. When we're both ready. Yeah. But like, that's not the magnitude.
No, and he failed to realize, like, you cannot leave a woman at the altar.
And so he needed that last conversation with AD that he didn't
but the fact that, the thing is, though, if you got to talk somebody off the ledge that many times, that's already a sign that, like, this ain't really what you want, brother. Yeah. It's not really what you want. You know what I mean? So he didn't really know what he wanted. He wasn't ready. Yeah. And that's cool, man. But again, here's the thing, what you saying. If they break off like Jimmy and Chelsea, like at that stage, there is a chance that you could keep dating.
Right.
Even if granted, I know Laura and Jeremy, that's literally because of somebody else, but like, even that, you could probably like maybe figure it out.
But leaving her at the altar.
But leaving her at the altar, it's done, bro. She on national TV embarrassed. You know what I mean? Like it look, at least if you do it earlier, it looks like it's kind of mutual.
It just
so he played her, bro. He played her.
And the I think one of the realest things that we have gotten on this show, or any reality love dating show, was simply not from any of them, but his mom. and his dad afterwards.
That was a powerful
calling him out.
That was a powerful conversation.
And I don't know if you heard it, but she said she wasn't aware. And
Yeah.
I'm assuming she wasn't aware that
but-
he took him to cheat. And
Yeah.
all
So all
that.
right. So time out. That's true.
Yeah.
But this is the thing though too. I thought about that. I was like, yo, that's fucked up, Clay.
Right.
So you can tell, you can be honest with somebody off camera, and you could tell them about your things like that. But I'm like, yo, even if my dad, whatever my dad has done and whatever,
Yep.
I'm not doing that to my dad, man.
Right.
On national TV, I'm not
Right.
putting I'm not doing that to
Right.
him, man.
Right.
Like, and you have a different relationship with your father.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So maybe you like, I don't fuck, whatever.
Right.
But like, for me, I'm like, yeah, like, you know, my dad might not have been the best person, whatever, might not have been the best husband, but like, bro, you kept saying it's not.
Right.
It's not like you said it one time, because we
Every
can assume.
conversation.
You can assume that. All right, oh, my mom and dad got divorced because whatever. One time, boom. You keep telling us, oh, my dad cheated. Oh, he took me. Like, whoa. Why does everybody don't need to hear that? So that's why I'm not doing that to my dad. So like,
Yeah.
So that was a powerful conversation between the mom and dad, but like also Clay fueled a lot of like
Yeah.
and he used this as therapy almost. He used this as his therapy.
Yeah.
Like, bro, go get some help, man.
Well, he mentioned
if that's really your drawback, bro, you wasn't ready to be on the show like this anyway.
No, and right, yeah, and that's honestly probably the case. And just the fact that he kept bringing it up was just like what are you talking? Like you're literally staring into this woman. I don't know about you, but personally, he was attractive. She is an attractive woman that I think anyone would be lucky to be with, especially with her drive, and she obviously goes to the gym every day.
Yes.
She works on her glute. She like knows what she wants. She's professional.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? She's fun. She's silly. She's probably great in bed. And so like, it's okay. So when you have that conversation one time and you're like, listen, this is my number one concern. My father cheated. I'm just afraid. And when your fiance looks you in the eyes and says, you're my fiance. I'm never gonna leave you. I promise you. Like, just don't. Like, I can help you. We'll go. He even said, like, I'm excited to go to therapy with you. I'm excited to do all these things. And it's like, but just hounding it over and over again is just the issue.
made his bed.
I was obsessed with them, and that was the final jaw-breaking moment when Chelsea broke up with Jimmy at the amusement park. I turned to Megs and I said, "Oh, that's it. It's going to be Amy and Johnny and AD and Clay, and those are going to be our two married couples. This is it." I would have put my money on it. I would have put my money on it. But as soon as he started talking after she said "I do," Megs was like, "Uh-oh," and I'm like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah.
And then
That he talked too much. It was like, yep, it's over.
so.
But I did think he was gonna still say yeah, like. But then once he started talking, I said, "Ah, shit."
I thought so too.
Shit.
And he just
Yeah, because it sounded like he wanted to break a curse. He wanted to break a generation.
something, right?
But
yeah,
no, he wasn't ready, man. He wasn't
it's just, man, overall amazing season. I can't
wait for
the
the-
reunions
yeah.
in a few days. I think.
I think they
and-
need to hire us. They should have hired us to do the reunion, host the reunion, because I do not want to see Nick or Vanessa Lachey give these questions. You just said they outsourcing the questions.
So we've seen Megs has Meg showed me pictures of all the girls' dresses and outfits. So the reunion has been filmed. We know who's going to be there. Jess will be there. Sarah Ann will be there, and Trevor. So everyone who was at that party is going to be at the reunion.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. I mean, last season's reunion was bullshit because it was all just them together with their new significant other.
Middleton.
It was Milton and what's their name?
Lydia.
Milton and Lydia. And then everyone else was like, yep, I don't really care what happened. I'm happy now with someone else.
Yep.
Okay, great.
Great.
So we'll see, man. It was, and hey, that shift from Central America over to the East Coast, that North Carolina just brought the heat. Brought the heat.
Yeah,
so I was excited about that. I'm so glad Jimmy and Chelsea aren't together.
Yes.
Now they, last bit of up-to-date news, she this week, like 3 days ago, I think this weekend, it probably just happened today. She was at a friend's wedding in Florida, like now.
Okay.
And
She caught the bouquet.
He was her date. They were at lunch together, and or at least they were in person together like yesterday.
Man, just going back, I don't even think, what did she, other than calling herself Megan Fox, I don't think she said anything that was
prolific.
That would make me be like, yeah, I want to be with her. Like
you,
she just,
right,
again,
right.
he was basing off the Megan Fox, and then maybe he's not a guy that thinks he can get. I don't know. Well, his two friends look better than her.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, listen, man, but that just even him catching her fishing in one of those last arguments was great.
Yeah,
when he went to the birthday party.
Yeah,
first of all, it wasn't a Jeremy him out like till 6 a.m. with another girl situation. He went out for an hour and a half for a drink or two for his best friend's birthday.
Yeah,
and she's like, "You were with Jess. I know you were."
Yeah.
McKenzie said, and he was like, "Oh, bet I was with Jess." Wrong. Like, bitch, go fuck yourself. You should have ended it there. Great season.
Great season, man. So, it was good, man. Good to talk to you again about, one of our favorite shows.
Will we do next?
I don't know. Maybe. Because it give me the itch.
I sent you, right? I don't think we're doing F-Boy Island anymore.
No,
I think CW dropped F-Boy Island.
Okay.
No, like as a show completely.
Okay.
They have a new one now. It's called Lovers and Liars. And if that's not a F-Boy Island knockoff at the CW to just boost ratings for a new show, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see about season 7.
Yeah.
Recap and record might be back.
See, if it comes out though too close to House of the Dragon, we can't do it. We can't.
Yeah, because that's coming in June.
Because
right?
that's
summer.
That's what we're priming up for. So yes, you will catch me and Levi collaborating again for season 2 of House of the Dragon. That's how this platform recap and record started.
Yep.
And that's where we trying to continue. Will we be back for season 7 of Love Is Blind? We don't know. Depends on when y'all drop it.
The drop. Maybe we'll watch the first episode or 2 and see how we feel and then decide. But it's I'm excited for House of the Dragon.
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
Gonna be, season 2 should be way bigger.
Definitely, man.
All right, man. Let's wrap this up.
Let's wrap it up, man. So did you have a good time today, man?
Amazing. 280 plus every single time. Topics on point. I loved it. I can't wait.
Thank you, man. So, man, if y'all still watching the podcast, man, I need y'all to hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, leave a comment. I know y'all got something to say about all that Love Is Blind stuff, all that Elon Musk smoke we was giving, politics, TikTok, how you feel about it. Let us know in the comment section. Share it to somebody that can relate or that likes this kind of banter. And, this is episode 141 of the 280 Plus podcast, y'all. We out, man.
Peace.